the accidental signal captain Zara. DeVos stared at the dying communication array aboard the mining vessel Meridian's Hope. 3 weeks stranded in the asteroid belt. Life support failing and no way to contact Earth. Her 5-year-old son Kai slept fitfully in the cramped quarters, fever burning through his small body from the radiation exposure, half delirious from exhaustion. Zara activated an old emergency beacon she'd salvaged from the wreckage. Her trembling fingers found a frequency she thought was a distress channel. Instead of broadcasting her coordinates, she whispered into the device, "Good night, Marcus. I don't know if you're still out there, but Kai still asks about his daddy. Every night, the stars are so beautiful here. Wish you could see them with us. So, ... good night." The message transmitted into the void, carried by quantum entanglement protocols she didn't understand, light years away, aboard the massive Korthok dreadnought void render. Communications officer Deckmore's 6 eyes widened as an impossible signal reached his station. Human transmissions were supposed to be primitive, easily intercepted and decoded. This one had bypassed every security protocol, appearing directly on his personal command frequency. "Commander Vextal," Deckmore called to, his superior mandibles clicking nervously. "You need to hear this." The transmission played again. The Korthok had spent decades studying human military communications, preparing for their inevitable conquest of Earth. They knew human tactical frequencies, encryption methods, fleet movements. But this was something else entirely, Commander. Vextal's carapace shifted Kalarza, sign of deep confusion among his species. How did a human child's bedtime message reach our most secure channel? "That's not possible," growled Admiral Krexvar, entering the bridge. The ancient warrior's battle scars told stories of 100 conquered worlds. "Our quantum-encrypted networks are impenetrable. No species has ever," the message repeated automatically as emergency beacons were designed to do. Each repetition grew stronger, clearer, as if the human technology was somehow learning from each transmission. "Sir, Moore's voice carried an emotion his species rarely displayed: fear. The signal isn't just reaching us, it's reaching every Korthok vessel in the sector. Every communication array in our empire is picking this up." Admiral Krexvar's forearms trembled. In 3 centuries of conquest, he'd never encountered technology that could penetrate their defenses so effortlessly. The humans weren't supposed to be advanced enough for quantum entanglement communication, as Zara's voice echoed through their ship again, speaking of love and loss in bedtime stories. The Korthok faced a terrifying realization. They might have underestimated humanity. The accidental message wasn't just reaching them, it was changing everything they thought they knew about the species they planned to destroy. The investigation begins. Dr. Nix Castellanos had spent 15 years studying alien communication systems at the Hidden Valley Research Facility. But nothing had prepared her for this. The quantum signature analysis showed impossible results. A simple human distress beacon had somehow accessed Korthok military networks across 3 star systems. "Director Brennan," she called to her superior, "you need to see this data. Transmission isn't following any known physics." Director James Brennan examined the readouts, his weathered face growing pale. "Are you telling me a mining ship's emergency beacon just did what our entire intelligence division couldn't accomplish in 20 years of trying?" Meanwhile, in the Korthok Empire, panic spread through their command structure. Lead Admiral Kithrin convened an emergency war council aboard the flagship Eternal Dominion. The most brilliant military minds of their species gathered in the crystalline command chamber. Report. Kithrin's psychic voice resonated through the assembled officers' minds. "The human transmission has infected 17% of our communication networks," reported Intelligence Coordinator Mex Hall. "It's not a weapon. Our analysis confirms it's genuinely a mother speaking to her missing mate. But the technological implications... impossible," snarled General Korthmas. "Humans are primitive. Their fastest ships barely achieve light speed. Their weapons are crude projectiles and basic energy beams. Yet somehow," Mexhall continued, "this transmission suggests they possess quantum entanglement technology that surpasses our own by centuries." Back on Earth, Dr. Castellanos made another disturbing discovery. "Director, I've been analyzing the signal's propagation pattern. It's not just reaching the Korthik, it's reaching everyone. Zephyrian science stations, Valdris trade ships even. The mysterious signals from the spiral arm. How is that possible? I don't think it is, sir. At least not with our understanding of physics. She paused, studying the data. What if human consciousness itself is somehow quantum entangled? What if emotion, desperation, love, what if these things can transcend normal space-time barriers? In the asteroid belt, Zara remained unaware that her simple message had sparked a galactic crisis. Kai's fever broke during the night, and she held him close, whispering stories about his father, the mining engineer who died in an accident before Kai was born. She didn't know that every major alien civilization was now intercepting her private words, analyzing them for technological secrets that didn't exist. The message contained no advanced science, no hidden codes, only a mother's love transmitted through space by equipment she barely understood. The Korthok had planned to invade Earth within the month, confident in their technological superiority. Now, faced with evidence of impossible human capabilities, they hesitated. What other secrets might humanity possess? What other surprises awaited an invasion force? For the first time in their empire's history, the Korthok began to fear a species they'd dismissed as insignificant. The conspiracy unfolds 3 days after the first transmission. Director Brennan received an encrypted message that changed everything. The sender identified themselves as Deep Echo, a codename suggesting someone within alien intelligence. Networks. The Korthok invasion fleet has halted their advance, the message read. They believe you possess quantum consciousness technology. Do not disabuse them of this notion. Humanity's survival depends on maintaining this illusion. Dr. Castellanos worked frantically to understand how Zara's beacon had achieved the impossible. Her analysis revealed a disturbing truth. The technology shouldn't work. The quantum entanglement protocols in the beacon were theoretical at best, included by desperate engineers who'd thrown every experimental component they could find into humanity's last-ditch mining operations. It's like the universe itself responded to her emotion, she told Brennan. The quantum field somehow amplified her desperation, her love, turning it into a signal that transcended normal physics. Meanwhile, aboard the Meridian's Hope, Zara noticed something strange. Her communication array, previously dead, was receiving responses, not from Earth, from everywhere. Dozens of alien frequencies were attempting to make contact, but the messages were garbled, untranslatable. She didn't realize that every major civilization was trying to communicate with what they believed was humanity's secret quantum communication network. In Korthok space, Commander Vexdal presented his findings to the High Command. Our xenobiologists have discovered something unprecedented. Humans appear to possess naturally occurring quantum-entangled neural networks. Their emotional states can somehow interface with quantum fields. You're suggesting their feelings have tactical applications. Admiral Krexvar's skepticism was evident in his shifting carapace colors. Not just tactical, strategic. If a single desperate mother can penetrate our most secure networks, what could their military accomplish? What if their entire species is weaponizing consciousness itself? The truth was far simpler and more terrifying. Human consciousness, born from billions of years of evolution on a planet where quantum effects played subtle roles in neural activity, had developed unexpected resonances with the fabric of space-time itself. Under extreme emotional stress, some humans could briefly transcend the normal limitations of physics. Earth's government, learning of the alien response, faced an impossible choice. Revealed the truth that humanity possessed no advanced technology, that Zara's transmission was a fluke and face certain invasion, or maintain the deception and hope it lasted long enough to actually develop the capabilities everyone believed they possessed. Director Brennan made the decision that would define humanity's future. Send a message to all departments. Get. Quantum Echo is now our highest priority. We have 6 months to make real what the aliens think we already possess. In her damaged ship, Zara continued her nightly transmissions, unknowingly maintaining humanity's greatest bluff. Each message deepened alien fears. Each word of love and loss became a psychological weapon in a war she didn't know existed. The conspiracy to save humanity had begun. Built on the foundation of a mother's bedtime story, the trap springs 6 weeks. Into Project Quantum Echo, Dr. Castellanos made a breakthrough that terrified her. Using quantum field generators and emotional resonance amplifiers, her team had successfully replicated Zara's feat, but only partially. The technology worked, but it required genuine human emotion, real desperation and love, to function. "We can't weaponize this," she told Director Brennan. "It only responds to authentic human feeling. The moment we try to fake it or militarize it, the quantum resonance collapses." "Then we find another way," Brennan replied grimly. "Because if we don't, humanity dies." Unknown to them, their research had been compromised. Marcus Webb, Zara's presumed dead husband, stood alive in a Korthok detention facility. Captured during a mining accident months earlier, he'd been kept alive for interrogation. When the aliens learned about the quantum transmissions, they realized they possessed humanity's secret weapon. Commander Vextal interrogated Marcus personally. "Your mate's transmissions prove humans possess consciousness-based quantum technology. Tell us how it works, and we will reunite you with your family." "I don't know what you're talking about," Marcus replied honestly. "Zara's just a mining engineer. Her technology is centuries behind yours." The Korthok didn't believe him. How could they? They'd witnessed the impossible. Meanwhile, Zara's situation grew desperate. Kai's condition worsened, despite the apparent recovery, and their life support systems were failing faster than expected. Her nightly transmissions became more urgent, filled with a mother's terror for her dying child. These emotional broadcasts created unexpected resonances throughout the galaxy. On distant Zephyrian worlds, their crystalline communication networks began spontaneously generating human vocal patterns. Valdris traders reported that their ship's computers had started playing lullabies in Earth, languages they'd never encountered. The galactic community was witnessing something unprecedented. A species whose emotional states could influence quantum fields across impossible distances. Fear of humanity spread beyond the Korthak Empire. Dr. Castellanos detected the pattern first. "Director, the alien response isn't just military. They're quarantining human space. Every major civilization has pulled back their borders, established buffer zones around our territory. They're afraid of us," Brennan realized. "They think we're some kind of quantum-powered psychic species." "In a way we are," she admitted. "My research suggests that extreme human emotions can create temporary quantum entanglement effects. It's not technology, it's evolution. We're the only species that developed consciousness in a quantum-rich environment like Earth." The revelation was staggering. Humanity wasn't technologically advanced, they were evolutionarily unique. Their capacity for deep emotional connection, born from millions of years of social evolution, had unexpected quantum applications. As Zara's transmissions grew more desperate, something unprecedented happened. Other humans throughout the galaxy, miners, traders, colonists, began unconsciously responding. Their own quantum-attuned consciousness created a resonance network, amplifying each other's emotional broadcasts. The Korthok invasion fleet, monitoring this impossible development, made a decision that would change galactic history. They wouldn't invade Earth, they would negotiate. Humanity had become too dangerous to destroy and too valuable to ignore. The truth revealed. The rescue ship Harmony's Dawn found Zara and Kai just as their life support finally failed. Captain Torres, leading the emergency response, was stunned to discover that every human ship within 100 light-years had somehow sensed their distress, converging on their location through navigational instincts they couldn't explain. "How did you know where to find us?" Zara asked weakly, as medics treated Kai's radiation poisoning. "We felt it," Torres replied, unable to explain further. "Every human in the sector felt your calls for help." 3 months later, first contact occurred not as an invasion, but as a diplomatic summit. Admiral Krexvar himself arrived at Luna Station aboard a single vessel, accompanied by representatives from 17 alien civilizations. Director Brennan and Dr. Castellanos met the alien delegation, knowing that humanity's survival depended on this moment. The truth could no longer be hidden, but perhaps it didn't need to be. "We come seeking alliance," Admiral Krexvar announced, his translation device struggling with concepts his species had never needed to express. "Your quantum consciousness. Technology represents evolutionary advantages beyond our understanding." Dr. Castellanos stepped forward. "Admiral, there's something you need to understand. We don't have quantum consciousness technology. We have something far more remarkable. We are quantum consciousness technology," she explained humanity's unique evolutionary path. Their unconscious ability to create quantum entanglements through extreme emotional states. The aliens listened with growing amazement and fear. "You're saying your entire species possesses natural capabilities that bypass our most advanced science?" asked the Zephyrian ambassador, her crystalline form chiming with harmonics. "Only under specific conditions," Brennan clarified. "Strong emotions, desperate situations, genuine love or fear. We can't control it or weaponize it. It simply is." The revelation changed everything. Humanity wasn't a threat to be eliminated. They were a miracle to be protected. Their unique consciousness represented a new form of life that could revolutionize interstellar communication, making instant galaxy-wide networks possible. But the aliens also realized something else. Humanity's greatest strength could only function through authentic human emotion. They couldn't be enslaved, or their abilities harvested. They had to be free, happy, and naturally motivated to maintain the quantum networks. The treaty that followed established humanity as the galaxy's communication backbone, but also its most protected species. Any threat to human happiness or freedom would collapse the networks everyone had come to depend on. Marcus was returned to Zara in a ceremony broadcast across dozens of worlds. Their reunion, witnessed by trillions, created quantum resonances that established the first permanent interstellar communication grid. As Zara held her husband and son, she finally understood what her desperate message had accomplished. Her love hadn't just saved her family, it had saved her entire species and forged a new galactic civilization built on the foundation of human emotion. The universe had learned that sometimes the most powerful technology isn't built in laboratories, it grows in hearts willing to love across impossible distances.